You don't understand this right now. Oh my god. What's up, y'all? Welcome back to my channel. Today's video is a get ready with me. I'm just gonna be doing my makeup and talking about stuff that you guys submitted on IG. I've been doing a lot of vlogs recently, so I'm kind of trying to switch it up with both vlogs and other videos. And I love how a get ready with me has never really gone out of style. I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or what, but I feel like, actually, you know what? First of all, don't forget to subscribe, like the video, comment below your thoughts on anything we talk about today. So I don't know if it's Mercury retrograde or what, but I feel like getting to film this video has been, like, getting to this point right now where I'm actually sitting down filming. It's been a struggle. My apartment was doing alarm testing today, so I couldn't film when I wanted to, and then the power was out, and it's just been a lot. And the lighting wasn't working, and my camera was out of battery, like just stuff like that. But we're here now, so thank God. I'm gonna be showing y'all my most recent look that I've been doing, I guess, like when I leave the house. I feel like I finally found a makeup routine that is easy and that I actually really like, and that I feel complements my features. Brow pencil. I never really used one before, but I just found that it's the best. It's gonna be like a podcast, but I'm getting ready and kind of explaining what I'm doing. I still love watching these videos. Like literally while I'm getting ready, I love watching one. I should do like a how I did my makeup in high school video. High school specifically, as in the Hotline Bling, how to be the girl from Hotline Bling video, like that era, because that was like 2015, like the heavy ass contour days. I know y'all remember that. Like matte lip, what was that called? Lip stain. Yeah, I think what really helped my brows, because I've been getting quite a few compliments on my brows recently, so thanks y'all. I started doing them in the inverted camera filter on TikTok, so it flips your face, so it's like how people look at you, and you really see how, first of all, how uneven your whole face is, but specifically your brows. I think the more you look at it too, the more you get used to it. You're like, I'm not actually that ugly, it's fine. And yeah, like whenever I would go to do my brows, because I haven't actually gotten my brows done in years, I just always, they just don't really grow crazy. Like I can maintain them by myself. So I'll use like the brow razors and tweezers and stuff to shape them. When I was doing them makeup too, I would do it in the inverted filter, and they just started looking like better. I don't know. I started understanding the shapes of each of them more, because my eyes are kind of two different shapes. So I'm working with it rather than against it, you know. It's been helpful. This is a good question to start out with, because I kind of like talked about this, kind of like I said, when I leave my house. Do you go outside every day? If not, how often do you leave your apartment? I would say during the week. I usually don't leave my house unless it's to like get a coffee, do an errand, go to the grocery store. As you guys have seen in my vlogs, I do things like go to my friend's house or some restaurants here and there, because stuff is open here like outside for outdoor seating. Part of me is like, this kind of seems still unsafe. And then also part of me is like, if this is a long-term thing, you know, we need to kind of like adapt, but that's like a rare thing. Mostly, honestly, I don't know, I'm not like a spender. Like I'm like, I will stay home and meal prep and go to bed early. That's just my baseline personality. I don't think I really left my apartment at all this week. It's Thursday. I went to get a coffee today, and on Monday I went to Whole Foods. This is a Fenty concealer. I really like it. It's kind of like I need to buy a new one. I never used to do my brows first, and now I do. So let me know how seriously you guys are taking the pandemic these days. It's like, well, this is really our lives. Like, fuck. Maybe some spooky stories. Okay, this is one thing about me, y'all. I'm a very like down-to-earth person, in the sense that like if someone tells me they believe in ghosts, I'm like, I'm sure you believe in ghosts. I'm sure you thought you saw one. Or like, my friends know this. If they want to start talking about aliens, I'm like, let me just exit the conversation, because you sound stupid. Not in the sense that I'm like, there's no way that exists, but I just feel like there's so many other things that are real that we could talk about. Or like when people want to talk about like, just in general, when people want to talk about aliens, to me it's like, really? Like that's what you're gonna focus on? Like there's so many issues that we know for a fact are going on, like on this earth that we are currently sitting on, and you want to talk about something that is kind of like, I'm not saying it's not real, but I'm just saying like, it's kind of like escapism to me almost. I think that's what bothers me. Come back to earth, y'all, like literally. You can believe whatever you want, like I don't care, like that's not really harming anyone, but I just feel like personally it's like I don't want to have that conversation with you. This is, I don't know, this isn't, it's kind of related. I'm not saying everyone that like is gonna be like that is gonna be like this, but also what annoys me, I'm just annoyed, okay? But like when people, you know, like spirituality YouTube, like I feel like people think that they were like sent here by some other entity to teach people, and it's like, you're like, get off your high horse. You're literally human just like everyone else. Just because you meditate or just because you did like fucking psychedelics a couple times, like, doesn't mean that you're like holier than thou or you know more. Like, I feel like if someone is really comfortable in themselves, they don't have to prove it. Anyway, let me know what you guys think. Ranting with Stella Ray. Anyway, this is the Tarte, whatever the fuck. I don't hate, but I don't love. Then we're gonna go back in with this, and we're gonna do the TikTok hack of just this. It's really all you need. I love like a clean, bronzed, glowy face with like a just very natural looking brow, and like honestly, the look of no eyeshadow, so just like a matte brown in the crease and like some highlight and a lash and a glossy lip, and that's it. Like, that's my favorite look. I feel like if I try to do anything else, I feel like I don't really like it. I just like looking like natural, put together, but also a little glam. Even though I feel like I kind of have some little spots here and there, I'm grateful for this because me 2 years ago, honey, would kill to have the skin I have now. Shout out to Accutane, y'all. I still feel like my skin looks good today, like glowy. So I wonder what's the tea, like, sis. Anyway, you can believe whatever you want. Like, I just feel like, you know, if you look at my chart, I just have a very earth person, like down to earth, like realistic, sometimes to a fault. You know, there's people that are not like that, and we need everyone in order to create a good world. So don't take offense to what I'm saying. I'm just like bullshitting. Okay. Just so y'all know, like, I'm not like, y'all know me. It's just how I feel. Sometimes I wish I had a little bit more whimsy. Someone says babies, to have or not to have. Y'all, I don't know, because sometimes, like, personally, I'm not gonna be one of those people that's like, it is irresponsible to have children, because it's like, I feel like a lot of the extreme vegans would say that. They probably still do. I don't know. I'm just not aware these days. I feel like that is kind of just another form of putting the problem on the consumer or on the person, the civilian, rather than on the government and large corporations who are actually most responsible for climate change. But personally, I go back and forth because I'm like in a lot of different ways. I'm gonna just be honest with y'all. I love kids. Probably the cancer placements in me, but I just love that feeling of like caring for, and I don't know, I feel like I'm like fun. I just really genuinely enjoy it. So with that being said, like, I have always had the idea that I want to have kids of my own, but then I feel like especially recently, as I think it's like as I am at an age now where that could happen, and especially when people around me, people my age, people I went to high school with are having kids, it's kind of like, I'm like, do I really want that? In the sense of, it's a pandemic and the world is kind of a shit show, especially right now. Do I really want to bring kids into that? And then also, you aren't living for yourself anymore, you're living for your kids. And yeah, people say it's worth it and whatnot, but like, it's like, do I really want that? Do I want to be on my Samantha Jones shit? You know what I mean? Like, I kind of care about myself, but I also feel like that's really normal at this age for some people. So it's kind of like a lot of different things. It's like personal, like, do I really want that for myself? Like, I could honestly do whatever I want, but then also like, do I want to bring kids? So that's just on me. Like, I'm not here to say I don't think people should have kids, or I think if you don't have kids, there's something wrong with you. Like, I'm not one of those people that's like, I could never see that for myself, but sometimes I'm like, should I be a mom vlogger? But also that's kind of weird, because then it's like, are you exploiting your child? So I don't know, I go back and forth with everything, because I feel like I want to document my journey, but like, I feel like you can do it like lightly. Like, there's some YouTube families that it's like so obvious they're like using their kids. It's like, okay, I get it, it's your personal choice, it's your kids, but it seems kind of like weird. And then there's people who either don't show their kid's face, or like, it's not like, I'm gonna use my child in every thumbnail. Like, that's weird to me. Now we're gonna do powder. I have a few loose powders that I like. Do it after the bronzer, you know? It's kind of like I'm baking. And then I guess I'll do like a little bit under. Oh my God, wait, another thing for me, in order to have kids, I mean, I know there's other ways, and I know like you can literally have a kid without a man. Like, you can just get that figured out. Part of me is still like, how am I gonna trust someone to go half on a kid with me? Like, I know that's not the only option, obviously, but like, thinking about that is like, that's kind of crazy. Patriarchy, bitch. Oh my God, that's like my worst fear. Okay. Anyway, take a light matte brown. I'm just gonna put this in the crease, just really lightly, add some depth and dimension. Y'all already know what's going on. If you have kids, let me know what that feels like. One time I asked someone that, they were like, it was a guy, first of all, bad move. Just for his specific vibe, he was like, it's like I wanted to know about like the physical feeling of like, that's your kid, like that's crazy. He was like, oh, well, you know, I'm a father now. I need leadership skills. I was like, okay, like, just like his vibe. It was very, point being, it was very toxic masculinity vibe. And I was like, that's not what I was asking. Dude, it's so like hard to learn stuff because then you just can't go back. Another hack I've been doing is really making sure, because I'm sure y'all have seen the like, the threads that people get in their eyes, like, just to make it a little more like this. Honestly, bitch, like I might do that. But I basically try to swoop everything up, you know? Like I try to make this up instead of like blending it down. Guys, very exciting news. I have a hair appointment for next week and I'm cutting off my hair. If y'all can guess what I'm gonna do to it, let me know. But I just feel like it's gonna be a lot healthier. Like I love the length right now, but I just feel like it's so damaged that I'm not even really like taking advantage of the length. Like I don't really like even wearing my hair down because I just feel like it's crazy. And like, as you can see, this is like texture and then it's just like nothing at the bottom. And I feel like it's just because it's like dead. Obviously all your hair is dead, but you know what I mean? Like, I'm just gonna cut it off and see what happens. I might be a little triggered to 2016, but then I'm gonna take the white and put it on my lid, not insanely, but just kind of like to brighten it. Like it's not like I want a white lid, I just want it to be a little brightened. Then I'll take the slightly darker matte brown and put it under my lower lash line. Then we're gonna do some more bronzer. Let me look at a new topic, first of all. How was the search for a cat? If you guys listen to my podcast, and I think I've talked about it in vlogs, I do like the idea of having a cat, but again, I'm just too practical of a person. Like I'm thinking about stuff like I don't drive. Where am I gonna put a litter box? My apartment's not that big. I'm gonna have to pay the deposit. Part of me is like, I just don't wanna deal. And I feel like that's a perfectly valid reason to not get a pet or to not have kids, like, because there's stuff you have to deal with. And you know, yeah, that's your pet, you love it, you're gonna deal, like, but if you don't want to. So I've definitely found a lot of cats on rescue pages that are so cute and I'm like, oh my God, I want it. But then I'm like, you win some, you lose some with everything. But I just feel like I just don't want to deal. As you can see with my bronzer too, like I'm blending it up. I feel like this is a little too orange to use as like a contour, but I'm still gonna do a little bit. Why do I feel like I look so different every year? Someone let me know. Then a blush. I've never been a huge blush person, but I learned a new TikTok hack. They're like, this can actually make your face look more snatched. I'm like, that's what I'm here for. Up here. And this is the only place I put my blush. And it just makes you look more snatched. For a small fee of $10,000, you can have any face you want. This guy says, should I die alone? No, really. You know, I feel like it's perfectly natural to be lonely, especially in a pandemic. But at the end of the day, we really do all die alone. Like, it's not, I mean, that can be sad if you want it to be, but it's like we were born alone, we were fine. And I think just thinking of things like we are souls or we are energy or whatever you want to think of it, like experiencing or having a human experience. It's like we came from whatever, like the universe or like just matter, you know? We didn't used to exist. And it's not like we remember, but it's like that energy was somewhere, so it's just like that's gonna happen again. Just kind of makes me like, yeah, okay, I guess I'll enjoy this while I have it. Ugh, God. I try to remind myself of that, I guess. I guess I'll show you guys my little hack. I'm not always in the mood for a winged liner, like absolutely not. Sometimes what I will do is take this. It's kind of like a dark brown, almost like it almost has some purple in it. So I take a little angled brush and just some of the eyeshadow, and I just very lightly like make a little wing. And I feel like because it's a shadow, it kind of just blends out throughout the day and like creates almost a shadow effect rather than like a harsh line, because I'm not always in the mood for a winged liner. So like even that looks crazy, but I'm gonna blend it out. I'm gonna take this little brush and brush it inwards just so the shadow doesn't go crazy. It's just so subtle. It literally, like, yeah, I just love this little hack. Sometimes if I am doing a liner, I'll even do this before the liner just to create like a kind of more smoky look, or I'll do it with a darker color or whatever, but yeah. I think at this point is when I put the glue on my lash. These lashes are from Amazon, but they're not the pack that I usually get. I got this variety pack. I'll link them down below, but they're bomb, and I love these ones the best. They're like a cat eye. So I feel like if I wear these with, because sometimes I have days where I just do a brow and a lash and that's it. And I feel like on those days when I wear this lash, it literally looks like a lash extension. Something about it, I don't know. I just feel like this cat eye shape is really flattering for a lot of people, but particularly like I really like it on myself. So I'll put the glue, and then while the glue is getting tacky, I'll put my gel on my brows. Take some gel on a spoolie and just set my brow with it. I feel like it makes the brow look so much more natural because it like separates out all the hairs. I'm sure you've used a brow gel before, like a clear brow gel. I'm sure you already know the vibes, but something about this, like, I don't know if it just holds stronger or what, but it's just like, thank you. I was kind of getting this effect with the Benefit, I think it's the 24-hour hold brow gel, but that's like $18, $20, $21. And I'm like, this gel, first of all, I'm using it in my hair, but then also like, I can just use it with those. It doesn't break me out or anything, like, I'm literally getting like a better effect. Oh, it's like I just came out of the shower. My brows are still kind of almost like wet, but they're just laying so perfectly. And y'all know I was really trying to do this soap brow look and like all these really fluffy brow looks. But once I just came back to doing my brows like normal, I was like, I actually like this more. Then we're gonna put on our lash. If it's a lash I've used a lot, I can usually just like pop it on. So then I'll just kind of let them sit there like where I want them to be. Then after a little bit, I'll pinch them down. Let me look at some more little topics. How to have a healthy relationship with food and body image. I don't know, it's really hard because I feel like we're constantly being bombarded with messages of like, we should be eating cleaner, we should be losing weight, we should be like working towards some kind of goal. And a lot of the messages that we receive now, but then also like as we grew up, a lot of it wasn't just like you're okay like as you are. So I think it's not so much about like striving for this perfect relationship with food or with body image, but like identifying when you are feeling triggered or like overwhelmed or like, oh no, I should restrict my food, or I should like, I want to change everything about myself. Like being able to stop those thoughts before they spiral out of control, rather than like, why don't I have a perfect, like why does this even trigger me? Lip liner bitch. This is Holy Addiction in light brown. I don't know. I just like a like nude, not like a brown because I'm too light for that, but like a just a very natural color, like a little darker than my lip and like more towards the nude brown side, not like a pink or a red or anything. Even this is like a little red, I don't know. Yeah, it's kind of too orange red for me, but whatever. So yeah, that's my advice, I guess. Like I definitely don't have a perfect relationship with food, my body, like anything. And you know, I think social media does have something to say for that because it seems real. You know, I feel like, you know, there used to be magazines or whatever, professionally photoshopped stuff that would probably still affect people back then, but then it's like, oh, well, it's in a magazine, it's not real, or it's a billboard, it's not real. But now it's like someone you know is editing their pics or like posting only their best angles, and then it's like, well, that's not like a professional company, like that's like a real person and they look like that, but it's like, it's still fake. You know, with all these filters and stuff, I think it can be damaging because then you're like, I don't want to look at myself without one. This inner corner is pissing me off. So just being mindful, I think especially with food, like identifying when you feel triggered. I feel like for a lot of people it's like a control thing, like if everything else in my life feels out of control or there's a pandemic going on or whatever, this is like, Ryan literally said it in the office, like this is the one thing I can control. So you might be more tempted to like go on a diet or restrict your food or like whatever when something else is off in your life. So again, just like being mindful of everything, I think is the first step. I really just like a clear or like a nude pink. Like this feels too pink to me. That's pretty much it. And then a setting spray, I guess. I've been using a lot of setting spray, like actual, this is like a Radiant Skin Mist I'm just doing this because I'm not leaving my house today. But when I'm leaving my house and I've got to put my mask, like I'm wearing makeup, I gotta leave, I have to wear a mask. I use so much setting spray, like setting spray, first of all, primer, foundation, setting spray, powder, setting spray at the end. This inner corner, bro. So that's my current look. Oh wait, I forgot highlight, bitch. Ugh, because it's at the bottom. I think I used this in my last Get Ready With Me, but it's still like my favorite highlight to use. This little Drew Barrymore's Walmart makeup kit eyeshadow. This one. So I'll literally just, yeah. Oh, you don't understand this right now. Oh my God, here. I knew I was forgetting something. Now we're done. Okay, last one. A couple people asked about astrology or Mercury retrograde. Listen to my new podcast. Okay, so someone asked feelings of fulfillment besides when we feel productive. Dude, this is the key to life. You have to just be okay being. And that's like meditation, practice, that's just physical, like just being in your body, noticing your body, becoming the observer. I feel like that is the only time you can truly be like fulfilled, because you practice it. That's what like meditation is. You sit down for like 10 minutes, you practice, and it goes out into the rest of your day, the rest of your life, because you have that like, okay, I remember how to just come back to the moment and to my body and to ground myself. How many times do we need to hear someone say, like someone who's rich and famous, like, I'm still unhappy, or like I still like, you know, I realize money's not everything. Obviously money is a lot of things and we need money in this society, but just that feeling of like when you really want something and then you have it and then it's like, it's exciting, but then it's like, okay, now what? So the only way to truly be fulfilled is to just be okay, like being and doing nothing and just existing. And it's hard, bitch. It's really hard, especially when we have like all these external stimuli and shit, and like, look at my new car, look at this, my new body, like look at my shoe collection. It's very easy to get lost in the sauce, but you just have to remember everyone's human, and everyone, it's like, is everyone really practicing that every day? Like, just because someone is posting on IG with like their 10th luxury car, does that really mean that at the end of the day they're like fulfilled? It doesn't. Like, maybe they are, but it's like, you just don't know. I think just remembering that like we are whatever we are, like energy or vibes or a soul or whatever, having a human experience, like it's like, oh yeah, I can become the observer. Like, how is this experience? What is it like to exist and to experience this? Anyway, that's my Get Ready With Me. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want more videos like this. Really gotta fix this inner corner. Let me know if you want more makeup videos. Like, I don't know. I'm actually, no. This is the only look I know how to do. But yeah, let me know what else you want to see besides vlogs. And let me know your thoughts on any of these subjects, either in a comment or an Instagram DM, whatever. Don't forget to follow, subscribe, turn on post notifications, honestly. And I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye, everyone.